It just happens. You press the button and then it happens.
It's so natural.
Absolutely. Chris Jolly. Wow. Wow. The freight coach. What's going on, man?
What's up, buddy? How are you? Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Day one. I have to admit something to you. It's been a bit challenging because I got the onboarding documents and it was pretty sparse. You know, it's my own company. I'm kind of just making it up as I go along. So far, so good. How are you doing?
Fucking cloud nine, man.
Let me ask you this. If you could go back in time, way back machine, when you were in your first day or first week, what were you thinking? And what would you tell yourself now?
Terrified. Calm the fuck down. That's what I would tell myself. I mean, I think like especially, man, because I filed my LLC on April 27th of 2020. It was literally right in the beginning of the pandemic. And outside of my wife and a handful of other people, everybody I talked to said, don't do it. But that just shows you though that it, in hindsight now looking back, that just showed you that of the why you should do it. Going back to day one, it would just be take a deep breath, and that everything's going to work out and just keep pushing forward. Because I think like when you start a new venture of any kind, there's that initial excitement, but then reality has a phenomenal way of fucking slapping you in the face. And realizing that those moments are part of the process. I think that is key because everything's great when you're, it's exciting to start and it should be, but then reality kicks in and there's no more direct deposits hitting your account every 2 weeks. There's no more structure in your day. There's no more reporting to anybody. You report to yourself. And that is vital from day one, I think, for anybody, is to have a structure of their day, whether that's, again, like you don't have to get up at 4 a.m. here. Like, don't pay attention to some of those people out there.
Oh, good. I was worried. I can't wake up that early. 6 o'clock. That's me.
I'm an early riser. Like I am naturally an early riser. So getting up early to me is second nature. And I think like building out that structure. So I get up at the exact same time every single morning. I go to the gym every single morning. And then I start my day. Like when I first started, it was just being very, very heavily involved on marketing myself on LinkedIn and everything else. But then as my business grew, it kind of shifted a little bit. And now I had to focus on the day-to-day of my operation. And now I'm getting to the point where, shout out if anybody's listening to this right now and you want to do graphic design, social media, and join up with the Freight Coach, hit me up. I'm hiring. I need to grow out and expand my team. Okay. Yes. Andrew Teal, hustle porn is dead.
This is the thing that I love about what you've built specifically. So you got the idea, I'm going to start making content and I'm going to find a way to monetize it. And you started doing this. And now as you've just talked about this, what was your goal originally?
Originally was just to do sales and operations training. And it's still like, that's what I do, man. That's my day-to-day job. It's now a lot more media than anything. But my initial thing was I want to do sales and operations training for freight brokerages and trucking companies alike. And, it's a lot of process implementation and everything else. And I'm fortunate, man. I have some clients who've been working with me for a long time. And, those are the ones where, they saw me, they took a chance on me and everything else. But that's what I do. But it's now my focus is on education in the industry, because I think like now more than ever, it is vital to realize what is going on in the industry and how anybody can work through it. I am not do I need a lawyer? Jennifer, I actually have a lawyer, a couple of them actually. My indirect lawyer is on the fucking screen with me right now.
There you go. This is the thing I love about this is that we come in there with experiences. So I ran a large maintenance and repair company doing mobile maintenance all across the country. And that's an expertise and a discipline that I know, and I want to help people understand how to do it better. But the other part of it is there is this creative aspect of what you do. And what I find so compelling is you can use your voice to bring visibility to things that people hadn't thought about. We have to demystify this industry. It's not magic. It's not the end of the world. It is just a path of understanding how supply and demand works, right? And this is what you're doing every day, is breaking down news stories to help make it digestible for people that are trying to understand this industry.
And it's, you know, like that's the basis of my live show is I'm just providing my perspective from how I operated out of my 10-year career as a freight broker, because I've seen a market shift. And now, granted, like this last one was unprecedented in the effects of it all. Like, I'm not going to downplay anything, but from my perspective, market shifts are going to happen. I can't control the market as a broker. No matter what, you can't. You can't control prices, you can't control rates, but what you can control is how you execute in these moments. And that is what the end message needs to be, is there's a solution out there. There's a million fucking reasons to not do something, but there are solutions out there, and the freight's going to move. And that's the thing. Like, I have had the absolute pleasure of working for a very large freight broker. I did not realize it at the time on the value that XPO gave me. All right. I will admit it. When I was there, I had no idea until I left and worked for a pure startup. Then I realized that. And then now.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Let me just piggyback off that. I would walk my shop floors and I would see FedEx and CEVA and UPS and Old Dominion and Heartland, the biggest and most profitable carriers that have ever existed. And they teach you something. You can outcompete them for sure, but they teach you so much about discipline and execution. Absolutely.
Dude. So having, like, I got to give out a shout out to my guy, Mike Sadak. He was my first compliance manager. He fucking really taught me a lot of stuff. You know, but then, you know, that's the thing though, man, is it's like, I think that at times we get insulated from a lot of those things. Cause like, again, like right now, like, yeah, the large players in this industry, the market shifts are fucking second nature. All right. Like, that is like, it is what it is. But those small providers, like the startup brokerage that I worked for last, we had to fucking figure it out. And we did, you know, like we went through some very volatile times out there.
Let me ask, I got a question for you. And this might be unique to my situation, but for our viewers that are watching at home, if you have any thoughts on how I can resolve this issue. So it's day one for Armchair Attorney LLC, running this thing full time. And I have managed to get one of my coworkers pregnant. Fortunately, she is actually my wife, so it's okay. So I don't, how do I resolve it? There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of tension in the household right now.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
No, I mean, in all honesty, congratulations. I know how important your family is to you. And I love seeing you grow it.
Thank you, man. I'm so blessed. I have my oldest boy, who's Michael. He's 9. My youngest is Rowan, 6. And what's made me so happy about this pathway was I'm doing this for my family. I loved working for my father. I loved bringing my kids to his shop and looking around what we were doing. And now my boy's like, Dad, how can I help you make videos? How can I create new things for you or help out? Maybe they'll help me shred things. But dude, I'm so excited, dude.
Dude, my son wants to be a YouTuber. Like, he's like, Dad, how do I do this? And I'm like, you know, I told him that, hey, at the end of the day, buddy, if you're going to, when you come and work for me, you better learn how to fucking empty a trash can. Cause that's how I was taught by my dad, is the importance of doing everything, the importance of knowing everything when you're building something out, because I feel like you appreciate what others do so much more when you do it. And that's the type of leader I aspire to be. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm fucking just a dude with a microphone trying to figure out my life as I go. I just want to be able to say I can sympathize because I've done that job, you know? And I know that that's not the way for everybody and everything, but that's the way that I plan on building my company is, hey, I know how to edit content. I know how to do this. I've done it. I used to do it. And my goal is the next person I hire is going to be fucking 10 times better than me at that, and let them run, you know, because again, I just want to build a company that people can fucking thrive in. Like, I don't believe in holding people back. I don't believe in, you know, it's like as I expand this out and have more creators working for me, I'll put this on record right now. You will own your own content. I don't want to own your content. I want obviously the right to like distribute it. I mean, Matt, you're my pseudo attorney, so stop me if you have to, but I want my creators to own their own content. But as this expands out, I want the ability to share that content, whether they're working for me or not, so I can help them grow. Cause I want to build a fucking metropolis with this stuff, man.
Here's a great comment from Andrew Teal on, I don't know that a leader has to have done every job in a company, but it helps to have done a job
Yeah.
at every level. And here's what I'll kind of build off of that. So when I worked with my father, the first job he had me do was empty the scrap metal bins into the hopper. And that was just manual labor, lifting up metal and dumping it. Then I learned how to do accounts payable in the system we use for accounting. And then I learned how to do billing in TMT. And only then, when I could actually pay vendors and invoice customers, was I allowed to go out and face the customer. I think it's important that every leader understands what the job is. They have to understand what problem they're trying to solve. And that's important. And a lot of people don't do that these days.
No, I used to have to hold the flashlight for my dad while he was greasing the truck. I fucking
spectacular. I mean,
I saw a video last night on I actually sent it out. Oh, did you just lose connection?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me? I'm still here. We're still live.
Matt
We're
Leffler.
going.
I've been here
I'm
the
here.
whole time.
We're always here. I move back and forth with the camera. I make you the host. I
good.
make you the main picture. I'm learning this. For the people watching, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm using StreamYard. I can click an image and make Chris the main guy you see like this. I can make it so we're both here. And then even if I needed to, I could go fully. But the thing that I'm so happy about is we're getting close to our 15-minute threshold. I adore you, Chris. I have been following you in your career for a very long time.
I paid you to say that.
No. I am happy you're able to do this with me. You have inspired me. I would not be here doing this but for your leadership. I follow you. I respect you. And I really am happy that I could bounce off my problem with my coworker. I need to know, what should I tell her? Just congratulations. Is that good?
Yeah, that's exactly what you should say.
The greatest job is where you're trusted and permitted to thrive.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Jennifer. No matter what, I want everybody to thrive. Because like I just think that, man, at the end of the day, like fucking in 60 years, like not to sound morbid, we're not gonna be dead in 60 years.
We are.
Is any of this shit fucking that important? You know, like I feel like I just want an environment where people can literally know that it's all right to be a person. And we're all going to do, like, I talk about this all the time, Matt. I have done and said some very stupid shit in my life, but I've changed. All right. I became an adult, put it that way. I'm trying every fucking day to be the absolute best version of myself today, because I can control my actions today and how I react tomorrow. I can't control anything that I've done in my past.
That's right. And, I feel the jitteriness of my first day. It's not as terrifying as I thought it was going to be.
It's not.
There are
dude,
so many amazing people that have helped me get to this point.
You did the hardest part, man, and you started. Starting is always the hardest part. If you want this bad enough, you will figure it out. You know, like people might see, you know, or they're like, oh, he's got a nice camera and a fucking microphone and all this shit in here now, but go back to the beginning videos. Go back to my YouTube channel and look at my very first video. All right. This is just the start. Like where I started, I was on my wife's fucking folding table that she used for her sewing machine, my old laptop, and Amazon podcast starter kit. That's what I started with. And through literally, like, yeah, it's not easy. There's a lot of fucking ups and downs with this. There's a lot of highs and the lows, but if you want it, and Matt, you and I have talked about this. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I am a man of faith, and my absolute trust in God that he is guiding me right now is stronger now than it was when I was in fucking elementary school at a Catholic school. I 1000% know that I am doing what I'm meant to do with my life and what I'm put on this earth to do. And that is utilize my voice to help elevate others. Am I right all the time? Fuck no, not even close. But at the end of the day, I have to help people. That's what I've always wanted to do. You know, like when I first went to college, I was actually to become a teacher. Gosh, am I glad I would have been fired in like 5 fucking seconds if I would have actually went through with that. I would have
down. Stop throwing
what
things.
The fuck are you doing? Yeah, exactly. But I just think that no matter what you want to do, you just got to fucking go for it. Because here's one very, very true thing. You will never, ever get judged by people doing more than you. All right. because like when I first started out, man, I don't come from money. I don't have money. I had to figure, like I'm still figuring all this stuff out. Like I delivered pizzas for like 8-9 months for the first year in business because like I needed the money, like I needed to keep food on my kid's table, on my kid's plate. And frankly, at the end of the day, him crying because he's hungry would fucking kill me a lot more than any motherfucking keyboard warrior could ever say, And I just think that at the end of the day, you just got to go for it because you're never going to regret trying, no matter how any of this stuff plays out. I know you're going to be successful because you're very fucking bright and you know exactly what you're after. You're not scattered. You're not like, hey, I'm doing this. Now I'm going to go do this. Now I'm going to, no, you're very fucking aligned with what you're going to do. And I'm excited for you. It's going to be 10 times harder than you think. All right. But it will be 10 times more fucking rewarding than you can even conceive or perceive right now.
Dude, I appreciate you, Chris. I know we have a hard stop at the 45. Where can people find you? I know you have a Twitter account. What's the handle?
At the FR, the number 8 coach. And I'm also the Freight Coach on YouTube, Coffee with the Freight Coach. New episodes drop every single Tuesday and Friday. Again, we're all about education. We're all about progress. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I'm bringing you people who are active in the day-to-day. We're out here executing in the day-to-day. And, at the end of the day, that I just want to move this industry forward. I have a deep love and respect for our hardworking men and women on the road, our professional truck drivers, dock workers, fucking everybody.
Well, everyone, do yourself a favor. Follow Chris Jolly on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube. He is a phenomenal talent and a great advocate for our industry. This is our supply chain. It's no one else's. This is our supply chain. Today is the first day of my company. I am excited to keep doing this stuff. And as always, Chris, thank you for being here, man. I'm such a fan.
Fucking right. Let's do it. Do it again.
All right, we're ending the broadcast. 3, 2, 1.